Good morning, students. So, yesterday we discussed about the properties of geosynthetics. Today, we discuss about functions or applications of geosynthetics. So, application also same and can be called as functions of geosynthetics. If you ask in examination application or functions, you write these four only. So, first one we discuss about there are the four functions or applications, that is fluid transmission, filtration, separation and reinforcement. First one is fluid transmission. So it is also called fluid transmission and drainage function. So for fluid transmission, a geotextile is provided fluid in the fluid transmission when it is collects a liquid or a gas and conveys it within its own plane towards an outlet. Water may be conveyed vertically or horizontally. So this drainage is related to the role of filtration is a function of permeability of a geotextile and its opening size. The permeability involved in fluid transmission function in the permeability plane of the geotextile. So fluid transmission means in case of soil, if you provide as a function of fluid transmission, then you provide a reinforcement which allows only water to go, that is fluid to go outside, not the particles. So that is why that depends on what? It depends on the that permeability of that particular soil. So you have to design the permeability or opening in such a way that that opening provides only transmission of fluid, not the water, or not the it only provides the passage of fluids only, not the fines. So that's why the function is fluid transmission. Whenever you are providing road construction or any drainage works, this fluid transmission plays a very important role. So there, if you use as a geosynthetic as a fluid transmission function, then you design that pore sizes such a way that only it allows fluid transmission. And second, filtration. So second is what? Filtration. So geotextile acts as a filter when it allows a liquid to pass normal to its own plane, while preventing most of the soil particles from being carried away by liquid. So what happens when you provide, if you, for example, if you using this geosynthetic as a filtration function or application, then you design the mesh, that mesh opening in such a way that that size should be smaller compared to your fines, because if size will be bigger, what happens, the particle also pass the pore spaces of that mesh. So you design that filter material or mesh in such a way that the pore spaces of that mesh will be smaller compared to particle size, so that particle will be retained by this filtration, only it allows the water to go outside. So two cases can be considered in this filtration. First one, a geotextile placed across a flow. So means whenever water going across the flow, you have to provide a geosynthetic of a liquid carrying a fine particle, stops most of the particle by allowing water to pass through. Means only you allow the water to go outside, not the fine particle. Second, a geotextile is placed in contact with soil, allows the water to seep from the soil to pass through while preventing any movement of the soil particles. So it doesn't allow any particle movements. So this is what regarding function of filtration as a material, geosynthetic as a filtration material. So here also you design the mesh in such a way that only to allow the passage of water, not the particles. If you allow the particles, what happens? There is erosion of the soil takes place. Then what happens? The pavement can be collapsed. Usually in road construction we are using filtration material or in drainage. Wherever drainage enters into road, there we are providing this filter material. So water is very separate, fast, seeps outside, so that the fine should not be go outside, right? Otherwise, what happens? The erosion of the surface. If you allow the fine particles, what happens? Erosion takes place. Then, due to erosion, structures may be collapsed. Next one is separation function. Geosynthetics acts as a separation, right? So if you take example of road construction, there usually once you complete subgrade, when you are placing aggregates, what happens? If you place directly aggregates on the subgrade, the top surface, if you apply load, what happens? These aggregates start sinking into the subgrade soil. Means they are penetrating into the soil. So in order to prevent, when it penetrates, definitely what happens? The thickness will be reduced. So usually the thickness plays a very important role in designing the CBR values. The thickness of the pavement depends on your CBR values. So that's why if thickness reduces automatically, the pavements will fail. So that's why you provide a separation layer between subgrade and aggregates, so that separation means it separates aggregate and subgrade. So that what happens, when apply load, if you provide a reinforcement as a separation, as a geosynthetic as a separation, so it separates the aggregates one side and subgrade one side, so that the sinking of aggregates into soil will be prevented. So your thickness remains same, then pavement will not fail. So that is the main intention of you can use geosynthetic as a separation material. Next, last one, reinforcement. Last fourth one is reinforcement. You have understood the separation? So separation means, so usually in road construction what happens? These aggregates usually when it's subjected to high loads, they start sinking to subgrade. So thickness will be reduced of the pavement. Pavement thickness will be reduced. So that will affect the pavement. So in order to prevent this, we are providing geosynthetic as a separation layer. If you provide separation layer in between subgrade and aggregate, what happens? This separate layer prevents sinking of aggregate into this subgrade, so that the pavement remains in the same thickness, so it will not affect the strength of the pavement. So that's why we are using geosynthetic as a separation material. Next, last one, fourth one, reinforcement. Reinforcement. Since the tensile strength of the soil is particularly nil, usually soil is elastophatic, but it has lesser tensile strength. Geotextiles, which is a good in tensile strength, can contribute to the load carrying capacity of the soil. Okay, a geotextile can be as a reinforcement in two ways. First, as a tensile member. Second, as a tensioned membrane. Tensile member and tension. So I will explain what is tensile membrane. See, first one is tensile member. Concept. Tensile member. A geotextile acts as a tensile member when it provides tensile modulus and tensile strength to the soil, with which interacting through interface shear strength, that is friction, adhesion and interlocking between the geotextile and soil. So this is what? Tensile member. Second one, as a tension member. A geotextile function as a tensioned member when it is placed between two materials, thus strengthening the structure. Okay, so this is what? Tension member. So usually reinforcement means, if I want to increase the tensile strength of the soil, I will use geosynthetic as a reinforcement. Usually soil is weak in tension. In order to increase the stress strain capacity of that soil, I will insert geotextile as a reinforcement, so which will takes the loads of that soil. Loads will be transferred from soil to reinforcement, then they can resist the tensile strength of that particular soil. So that is why you can use geosynthetic as a reinforcement. So thank you.